G'day folks, this is Sim and welcome back to Blood and Bloody Idiot. So, it looks like I've got the beastie put together. It seems to be working the way it was intended. The only thing that I've had a problem with is these metallurgy machines. I haven't figured out yet exactly how to determine what gets fed into where. So for example, this one here is currently set to take oak wood into the top, and it will fill up the bottom slot and then the top slot, which is fine, but it's just a little bit wasteful because I'd rather have coal in here. The problem is that if I have coal in here and I run out of wood, then feeding coal back into it seems to feed the coal back into the top slot, which gums up the whole work. So if anybody knows how to make sure that you feed into certain slots only with the metallurgy machines, please let me know. But as it stands, this is doing the job. What's happening is we've got the harvester upstairs. I'll show that off in just a sec. And the wood and the saplings and various other bits and pieces are coming down through here. Priority is to go straight into the steel crusher. And saplings to go back into the planter, of course. And then once they come into the crusher converts the oak wood down into sawdust, and it drops down here and into the cyclic assembler, which is simply set to put together the bricks, or the sawdust bricks. That gets fed straight down into the steel furnace down here, and that's fully charged with charcoal, and that converts that to make more charcoal. Again, I'm not sure exactly how efficient it is using the charcoal because I'm getting a little bit of overburn, but it's not too bad. And at the same token, we're producing a fair amount of this stuff, so it's kind of balancing out. And then what happens is it comes down and it finally comes out through here, and this pipe here has been wrenched so that it's dense down here, so that's the last place stuff goes. So the charcoal is feeding into this survivalist generator here, and this survivalist generator here, which is supplying the power to the system. And any remaining power that's left over, and as you can see at the moment, this is going up slowly. It's not massive, but once it gets full, it'll be a lot better. Same with this one here, it's going up slowly. That's all that really matters, is just to get a constant supply, plus the fact that these things are effectively acting as batteries, because each one will hold 500 R or 500,000 RF when it is actually full. And that then feeds down here, as well as all of the excess, and that let's just close this area up now while we can. Bring up the backpack, of course. Alright, and let's just seal this in so it doesn't attract attention now that we've done what we needed to do. Come on, you can do it. Or maybe you can't. Is there a torch in the way over there? Probably is. Alright, I'll fix that up from the other side. Oops, missed one. Okay, and so we seal up here. And I've tried to make this as compact as possible. I possibly could compress it down more, but this seems to be working as is for me for now, so that's pretty good. Seal that one up there. And we'll probably want to throw a light source in here just in case. Get up here and finish off this side. Oops, we missed one over there. Oh, and now we're down here. Alright, hang on. Okay, let's just get this sorted, shall we? Come on, you. Right. Need a couple more. That should hopefully be enough. don't think we're going to be getting anything else spawning in here, but because BloodnBones is paranoid, oh no, we've got that torch up there, so we should be good. Okay, so yep, let's duck down here. And I'll head around to the front door. I'm not sure whether you can hear the mobs, but yep, since I did the kill all, we have literally had visitors constantly, so they are everywhere. And let's actually go and have a look. I think it's sunny outside at the moment, so there's probably not going to be a lot of company. Here, you go away, and yeah, you go in there. And again, for paranoia's sake, if nothing else, we'll just whack one of those in there, and we'll close this up for now. We'll duck upstairs and we'll have a look. Now, one of the depressing things about all of this is that I did have to end up going with oak saplings, and the reason for that was that, yeah, that's noisy, I know. Unfortunately, the crusher doesn't recognise the rubber wood, so I can't actually have them feeding into the system. Which is a bit of a shame, because it would have been nice to be able to get rubber through this as well, and I can possibly look at figuring something out later, maybe to bypass it if I want to just farm up a little bit of rubber, but I'm not doing too badly, so she's okay. The other thing that I can do is currently it's set as just a 5x5, and that brings it out to the edge line here, and we've got some bad guys down there, and it looks like we've had some damage. Let's actually go check this out while we're up here, because one of the things that I noticed earlier was, yeah, you can see all of that's been torn out there, and I don't think that's from exploding creepers. I actually think that has been caused by a tree ant, which was hanging around over here before. As you can see, there's mobs everywhere now. Might throw some punji sticks down in there. I will experiment with putting some punji sticks around the outer edge here and see if that helps to keep them away. But yeah, that certainly looks like the tree ant's done a pretty good job of ripping through this cactus. Over this side here it's not too bad, but I think it's because the gap here doesn't actually allow them to get in there and do any damage. I think because they're so large, the bigger ones literally, they come up to the edge but they can't get past the wall, so that's not too bad. Farm's doing really well, and we'll be expanding this area fairly soon. And speaking of farms doing well, I need to eat something or we might not be doing too well. So let's get downstairs. And so far we haven't had any other visitors, have we, mate? No, it's been pretty good so far. I wonder if I could name him with a name tag. Ooh, what was that? That didn't sound good. Nothing down here? No, seems alright. The iron doors are here just as an extra buffer. I'm hoping that if I do have bad luck with a creeper or something coming through, it'll blow up on the iron door before it gets inside and causes any serious damage. So as you can see here, I've got well, the saplings, once they fill up, will come in here. In fact, let's empty those ones in, and we're going to look at pulling out the excess and converting those into biofuel in some way or another. If we end up with an excess of logs, and I'm not sure whether that's going to work out yet or not, then they'll come into here. The apples are also slowly filling up, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use those for biofuel or something else. And then finally we've got the charcoal building up down here. Now each of those engines up there has got a full stack of charcoal in it, and on top of that I had a bit when I started off, but this here should make us very close to where we were at, because when I started off I basically had a stack and a half of charcoal blocks, and I'm just short now of a stack and a half again, so we're definitely making a positive gain as far as charcoal is concerned. It's not going to be monstrously fast, but it should be enough that once everything's filled up for me to be able to connect this beastie up and charge him up. And of course I've still got this one over here, and I've switched the other one back in, so we've still got 2 million RF sitting in this thing for anything that we really need to do, and the ability to throw some heavy duty food in here if we really need a power boost. So basic power anyway, I think now we're probably going to have under control. I have the ability to make more survivalist generators, although I need a massive bank of them to produce any decent amount of power, and they do suck up a few resources to build. But steel has gotten a little bit easier now, particularly now that we've got access to the charcoal. We still need to do something about the gunpowder situation, so that's something I'm going to have to work on. But now we've got power, hopefully things will come along a lot smoother. So what I'm going to be doing over the next few episodes, I expect, is working on some machinery, and that's going to be a case of having a good hard look at what's actually going to be worth my while. My biggest test at this point now is going to be going to the dream world, and the dream world is accessed through Witchery, and that's something that I've never played with before. I've seen it in a few places now, seen some stuff on the tubes, but I've never actually had a serious crack at it myself, so I'm going to be basically dealing with this one from scratch, and I'm hoping I can get a handle on it before we get the new version of the pack, because I think going in it would be nice to know how all of that works. So I'll come back and join yous and let yous know where we're going from there. Cheers. Well, it's midday, not exactly the best time to be heading out, but I don't feel like waiting around for half a day and half a night, so we're going off. Now I have a jungle over that way, but right now I'm heading this way first, and the main reason for that is I believe that over in this direction over here, let's bring the map up, I believe that over this way somewhere we have a swamp, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been there, but that looks like swampy terrain. So we're going to give it a shot. There's a village over there, but I have actually visited that. So let's just get rid of this map first and get moving. Now I'm heading out for two reasons. One is that I want some lily pads to cover up this, just to make this farm a little bit easier to deal with and less mucking around. I'm sick and tired of jumping down into the water. The other reason is Witchery. Witchery is something that we are gonna have to get into if we want to get off and get over into the dream world. And Witchery requires a few plants and other bits and pieces that I don't currently have. So we definitely need to get out and grab a few things. One of the most important things that I'm going to need is some coca beans, because I don't think I've got any coca beans at all at the moment. Now I brought sand and stone brick for my usual defensive system. However, I am going to try again digging down. I think I got thrown off early on in the piece, because every time I dug into the ground, I ended up dying when I tried to get out again because there was just so many mobs, and I had some mobs that were literally trying to dig their way down to me, and I just figured that it wasn't actually a safe tactic. But I have seen a few other bits and pieces on a few other channels recently, and digging down does seem to actually do the trick. Jesus, is lovely biome over here. Those trees just look awesome. And they're not very realistic, but they look awesome. What I think I will do is I will skip out until I get over to the area that I'm heading towards. Only got so much time, and don't want to waste all of it with just basic travelling with nothing exciting going on. So I'll catch you again shortly. Okay, this looks promising. We've definitely got lily pads over here. However, on the flip side, the sun's about to set, so I'm going to have to head underground. So I'm going to dig in now. It would have been probably a good idea for me to put a shovel, but we'll see how we go. For now, let's just get down underneath quickly. Before anything spawns. And basically what I'm going to do during the night is just do some very basic mining. I'm going to try and stay away from caves, and I'm just going to pick up a few extra resources while I'm down here, and we've found a cave already, so it's not going to be terribly safe. Alright, let's have a quick look. I was actually planning to cut out. Okay, so that's just one of those that leads down into water from the looks of things. Might be okay down here after all. Let's see how big it is. Yeah, nothing scary. I can hear something nasty floating around upstairs though. Okay. Alright, so I will be back again when the sun come up, and we'll go and explore this swamp. Okay, so the sun's up and everything that was... Thank you. Everything that was around here seems to have burnt up. So I'm going to have a continued look around for some lily pads. There's a few down there. We may as well grab these ones. I actually need quite a lot, because I've got a reasonably decent sized sugarcane farm over there, so it doesn't, there's quite a few spots that I could fill in. Oh, okay, what have we got over here? Some more fruit trees. Lots of fruit trees. Not many lily pads though. So what have we got? We got mangoes and we've got peaches. I think we've got them covered. I'm not 100% sure about the mangoes though, so I might just grab those just in case, because well, actually let's have a look. Can we use them to make... Yes, we can make smoothies out of them, which means we can possibly also use them to make jam. Yep, so that's another addition to our food rotation. Do those bulrushes drop anything? Let's have a quick look. Do they have a use? We can use them to make wool. Cattails. Okay, well that's interesting. And we can also use them to make brown dye, which could also be interesting. So I think I might grab a few of these. I wonder how you propagate them. Will they actually grow over time? Do they start off small, and can we then grow them up the same way we grow sugarcane? That's going to be worth finding out, I think. Okay, now this is what I was hoping for, a more open area of water where we've got a larger chance of getting some lily pads to spawn. So look, what I'll do is I'm going to cut out again. I'm going to gather what lily pads I can find around here, and then we'll head across towards the jungle and see whether we can find ourselves some cocoa beans. Yeah, this is more like it. Open water is giving us a better chance of getting these lily pads. Alright, I'll see you again soon. We're back again. I managed to pick up about a stack and a half of lily pads, which is hopefully going to be enough for what I need. Now I'm heading off in the other direction to that jungle. Quite a few coven witches around this place, but they don't bother me, so I don't bother them. And there's the jungle over there. And again, you can see here is where one of those chunk border issues has occurred. I'm really not sure why, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. And look at that, that's what we wanted, and we found it straight away. Cocoa beans. So let's grab these. I've got jungle wood, so I don't need to grab trees or saplings. And the other thing that I do need to do though is make up some shears, because I want a few more of these. I would prefer not to get the leaves at the same time, thank you. I'll set some up on the wall somewhere to grow, to get some extras if we need them. I've got a feeling I've got some back at base anyway, but these will do for now. I'll get rid of those, we don't need those. They're just going to clog up space. I think I harvested some off the jungle trees that I actually had growing there. The cocoa beans are the important part. So let's get what we can. Time we've got left. Let's have a look and see what the sun says. Okay, it's still midday, so we're doing okay. Now what have we got down here? Is this the poison? I think it actually is. This could be dangerous, but I want to double check what effect this actually gives me, because I'm looking to upgrade my defenses a little bit. So this is going to hurt. Yep, that's the one that gives you the wither effect, so that's sludge. Weakness, wither and nausea. What I'm planning to do is actually replace the water which is currently surrounding my base with something like this. Don't have enough stuff on me at the moment to make a bucket up, but I'll probably come back over here with a couple of tanks and fill up. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically have... Poor sheepy, that was really dumb. Yeah, let me stand close enough so that I can get your wool when you die. No, no wool. Okay. Alright, another cocoa bean over here. Alright, that gives us 12, which is certainly more than enough to get a farm started. Let's just loop our way around. And that's what I've been looking for, quicksand. I've had trouble finding quicksand, and we've got some right here. Now this I'm hoping to be able to use in the same way as I'm using the cactuses as a mob trap. So I think I'll grab all of this stuff while I'm here. Actually no, what I'll do is I'll grab it when I come back and grab that sludge. The other thing that I've got to check is whether or not that sludge is the same sludge that's being put out by the... Can I get over there? Nope. It was worth a try. Come on. That's a good game. Let me break it. And this one too. Could just walk out into the water, I suppose. There we go. Alright. Oi! I'm getting pushed sideways into the quicksand. Okay. So that wasn't too stressful at all. I'm sure you're all very disappointed. We'll head back now. And the last thing that I want to do before we finish is check on the state of the tree farm. See how that's going along. I'm still not 100% happy about the efficiency. I think there are things that I could do that could make it better. At the end of the day though, the important thing is that it works and it produces power and charcoal and hopefully saplings, and we will go from there. The other thing that I need to do is I need to start making some preparations for Witchery, and that's definitely what's coming up in the next episode. We'll be spending a lot of time on the Witchery mod, getting the basic bits and pieces in place. So from here, let's just have a quick look at this. I'm only having massive problems where the cactuses are on ground level, so what I'm going to try and do is actually build this area here up a little bit, so that it's more like the front. We're going to replace the water that we currently have in here with the sludge, and that way we should get a double effect. We'll have the damage being caused by the cactuses as well as the damage being caused by the wither. And then the next step, which is something that I'm looking to do, is to actually start building some turrets to give us some sort of defense. And when we get to that, will be fairly soon. I'm not sure exactly when. We'll just have to wait and see. And of course the other thing we've got is the quicksand, which I would like to line around this area as well, to make for an even nastier setup. Now I have got normal sand in my hand at the moment, I hope. Yep. So yeah, we won't be too far away from the sun going down. So we need to head inside and check out the state of the tree farm. Let's work our way down. Okay. So how are you looking? So you're full of sludge, and I may simply be able to use this stuff straight out of here. I may not even have to make that trip, although obviously I want to go back and get the quicksand. But I think this is the same stuff. I just can't recall. We will have to find out. I know a sludge boiler gives you a wither effect, so I'm pretty sure that it's the same stuff. But that's pumping away quite happily. It's got plenty of power. If we were lucky enough to get a tree to grow, we could see how it was handling taking a tree down, but that's not going to happen while we're here. It'll happen as soon as we move away, of course. So let's duck outside. And see how things in here are looking. Okay, and we've got that one there which is full, and that one now is over half full, so that's a good sign. This one here is almost completely full, so that means that any excess power should be going downstairs from that one fairly shortly. Charcoal and all of that's coming in nicely. Okay, so that's all doing the job that it's supposed to be doing. You going to feed into here or not? I know you got some planks. Here we go. Just a little slow, but yep, no, so that's churning along nicely, that's good. Alright, so let's go downstairs. And I've just closed myself in, haven't I? Hang on, time to open the lunch bag. Oops, something nasty outside. Oh, I swear I've taken more damage from my own cactus than I have from pretty much everything else in this game. Alright. Downstairs. And how are we going? Alright, so got over 2 stacks of charcoal, 7 stacks of saplings, very little wood, which is what I expected, a couple of stacks of apples. Then we need to have a look at how we can extract power from the saplings and the charcoal. And I've got a couple of ideas in mind for that. But there we go. A fairly mixed episode today. A little bit of tech stuff, a little bit of just roaming around. And we're going to get heavily into Witchery in the next episode, so I look forward to seeing you then. I hope you liked this one, and until the next time, take care of yourselves everybody, look after each other, and ciao for now.